Now, this is a crypto headline. Judge slams SEC for gross abuse of power in crypto case, imposes sanctions. Everybody, I know what's on your mind. The crypto charge, crypto falling. This is Bitcoin on the weekly, consolidating for a couple of weeks right now. Before we jump into this huge news, and this is incredibly big news for the crypto industry, and I want to explain why. Before we do, crypto bull markets are made of red candles and consolidations and big dips. Just a reminder, right here, it's happening. It's not a bad thing. We need healthy consolidation for higher highs. Back to the headline. Judge slams SEC for gross abuse of power. SEC, they've really been racking up the losses. They really have. If you're unaware, and this wasn't that long ago, in November, federal judge Robert Shelby ordered SEC attorneys, this truly happens, to explain why they shouldn't be sanctioned by the court after presenting what he regarded as false and misleading evidence in their attempt to bring a TRO, a temporary restraining order, against Debtbox. They presented false and misleading evidence. Well, here it is. This is the headline from yesterday. A Utah judge has found that the SEC engaged in bad faith conduct. But let's dig deeper here. And then I want to talk about how it applies to the Coinbase SEC case that is going on, which is what I many times have said is like the biggest case in crypto. This is Meta Lawman over here on X. I highly suggest you follow him. Phenomenal content when it comes to especially the legal things happening within crypto. The judge in Debtbox case has issued an 80-page opinion sanctioning the SEC for egregious misconduct in the case. The opinion is devastating to the SEC as an institution and to particular lawyers who committed the misconduct. Can you believe SEC lawyers are out there doing this? The judge made it crystal clear that the SEC lawyers did not make an error. They lied intentionally. This is the only way that the SEC has found that they can have any shot of winning a lot of these crypto cases. Lying intentionally. I say time and time again, when it comes to cases like Coinbase, for instance, the law is on Coinbase's side. The critical evidence the commission offered to obtain and defend the ex parte TRO lacked any basis, in fact. Yet the commission nonetheless advanced that evidence in deliberately false and misleading ways. The SEC was once a great institution, respected around the globe for its competence and integrity. Now is the time for accountability. So James posted that, and this is Meta Lawman. I asked him because I'm curious. This was one of the first things on my mind. And when things like this do happen, you know, whether it's other cases where SEC is losing in some form, I always wonder, does Judge Fila, who's presiding over Coinbase versus SEC, does she see this? And it must be that she does, right? So I just asked James, when things like this happen, do you think Judge Fila sees it? And does it matter to her? So Meta Lawman, he said, yes, it's unlikely yes, it is likely she would see this. This is a highly unusual situation for government lawyers to be called out for lying to a court like this in such great detail. It really is a big deal, crypto or not, but it will not affect her decision in the Coinbase case. I think somebody replied to him and kind of echoed something I thought, which is kind of like, I realize that the judge needs to remain completely objective, right? But how can you not see what's happening in these other cases and at least not be a little bit, even if subconsciously affected, just to see the way in which the SEC is operating in all of these cases? And again, this is why I asked James over here, Meta Lawman, because he knows, right? And he'll know from a better perspective how these judges operate and how they should operate as well. So likely Judge Fila has seen what is going on. Obviously, how could she not? And then, you know, a good judge, and Judge Fila seems like a phenomenal judge. It will not affect her decision. She will focus on the case at hand in her that's before her, and she'll make the decision based on what's going on over there. And over there, I think Coinbase is doing a phenomenal job. The legal team over at Coinbase doing a phenomenal job of not only defending themselves, but really just defending law in general. And speaking of that, this is Paul Graywall. As we pivot to talk about Coinbase a little bit, Paul Graywall just posting yesterday, we're grateful to see many amicus briefs filed today in our third court case objecting to the SEC's denial of our rulemaking petition. And then he lists all of them. Now, Caitlin Long, she retweeted powerhouse amicus briefs filed today in the Coinbase case, including one from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to show you this. I particularly like the piece of this amicus brief. That one is especially noteworthy. The Warren Biden all of government attack on crypto in the U.S., especially in the law-abiding parts of it, just got an important opponent. Look at this. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and Paul Graywall was kind of putting it in his thread there. But here it is, and I just want to scroll down to the table of contents. I like this. The SEC ignores the regulatory uncertainty it is causing. And it's a very simple brief, right? Like, look, just a couple points, and just this one in particular, the SEC's actions have destabilized the regulatory environment for digital assets. And we can kind of scroll down to that part of the amicus brief. And the part is on page 7. I just wanted to show you really quickly. So it has gone for the digital asset industry. As the comments in support of Coinbase's petition explain, and as even the SEC has acknowledged, digital assets entail a wide array of unique or novel instruments or arrangements. Yet the commission has made no effort to clarify the industry's crucial questions, leaving participants and the public ignorant about even such fundamental matters as which kinds of tokens the SEC considers securities falling under its regulatory supervision. And so the story does go, everybody, that the crypto industry is just waiting for clarity, and the SEC has done nothing to protect investors, but it seems like they've done everything to kind of destroy investors. There's been so much volatility from SEC actions alone, let alone just the lack of clarity that the space has. So you see how all the entire legal story is developing within the crypto space, whether it's the Debtbox case, Coinbase case, you see it all coming kind of to fruition. And it's very interesting because I think it's all so needed on this journey to get the clarity, on this journey of crypto to be just something in the US. But it's like, what exactly is it going to be from a regulatory standpoint? All of these cases, they're going to be foundational in kind of defining that. And that's the journey we're on. And there's a lot of volatility and unknown along the way. So wanted to share that with you, the news today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, everybody. I appreciate you cruising through. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. I will see you in the next video. God bless.